I'm on vacation. So what?
Hey guys, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And you know what? You're right. This episode's very different because we're in a different location other than my bedroom. If you haven't noticed by now, I am on vacation right now. That's why I haven't uploaded a video in 3 days or so. So yeah, I've been relaxing, stress-free, at a timeshare that I've been coming here for 26 years, practically my whole life. So, right now I'm at a beach club, and I come here at least every June to enjoy time with my family. But I thought I'd upload a video for you guys, because I haven't forgotten about you guys, my viewers. And besides, I love doing what I do, which is talking about, movies and media and comics and everything like that. So I thought, why not do something simpler today? This video will be relatively short and straight to the point, so let's get started. So if you guys have seen my video, I did a video about Venom being in the MCU, and apparently there's been some confusion regarding that. As it turns out, he is not going to be in the MCU. I just read a report, and there was an interview with Tom Holland, and Tom Holland stating that that's not going to happen because there was some confusion. And Kevin Feige, as you can tell in that video, was confused himself because he had that face that he put on in that video, just confused with Amy Pascal's words. So, a little disappointing. Sony, you went from doing a 360 and then have everybody praise you, and then you did a complete reversal and you did another 360 again. God damn it, Sony. Excuse me. Excuse my language. Alright, so it says here that there's been a lot of confusion across the internet as details regarding Spider-Man's Sony's Venom, Marvel's MCU, and sharing of Tom Holland's Peter Parker Spider-Man in the two-studio deal. Luckily, Steve Weintraub got a chance to clear up some of that confusion while chatting with Tom Holland for Spider-Man Homecoming. When asked if this was true that Venom, starring Tom Hardy in the title role, existed in a separate universe, Holland said, "Sadly, I think that is true. From my understanding, I think that is the case. I'd love to make a Venom movie with Tom Hardy. If we ever got the chance to make a Venom movie together, that would be super cool, but this movie would have to take place in the MCU because I'm not giving up my ticket in the MCU. But maybe Sony and Marvel could tweak the rules of shared cinematic universes a bit just by having, say, Spider-Man swing across the establishing shot of Venom movie. That wouldn't automatically make the villain's movie a part of the MCU, would it? It would. It definitely would, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. If it did happen, it would be very cool, but as of now, I know nothing about it. So Tom Holland's keeping quiet, a little hush-hush, because he doesn't really know anything. But it says here that Holland is certainly limited with how much he can say about the studio's Spider plans, especially since the character is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions, if not billions of dollars, because he's both property of Marvel and Sony. So for some solid insight into how Spider-Man will be used going forward, Steve also had a chance to sit down with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and super producer Amy Pascal. Here's how they sorted out the things in Spider-Man: being careful to separate Marvel's comics universes from Marvel Cinematic Universes and Marvel's Sony Universe. Also, something interesting, they stated that Amy Pascal stated that this Venom movie is going to be like Iron Man 1, where Kevin Feige initially started the MCU, with the mindset of never even planning to do a cinematic universe. Right now, at that time, Kevin Feige was just worried about making a good Iron Man movie, and that's it. And then the fact that we have a universe with all these superheroes and supervillains that coexist in the same universe is unprecedented. Because Iron Man did so well, Kevin Feige was able to move forward and make this Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's really good. That's really cool to hear. But I'm super excited nonetheless. I'm still going to see this Venom movie out of curiosity because remember, they always say never say never, and especially Kevin Feige, he always says never say never. I mean, things can change. I mean, look what happened with Iron Man. At first, it was initially planned to be a one Iron Man movie and never planned to be an expanded universe. And look what happened. It did well. If this Venom movie does well, which I hope it does, because I don't know how this movie's going to be made without Spider-Man in it. I'm pretty sure a deal will be struck to have Venom in the Spider-Man movie. So I'd say don't worry about anything. You got nothing to worry about. I'm pretty sure Amy's going to be having Marvel to at least guide them and act as a consultant to make a good Venom movie, because that's what Amy Pascal is saying. Amy's saying, let's just make a good Venom movie, because this can turn into something bigger. This can branch out into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Venom can appear as the one of the villains in the Spider-Man movies or Spider-Man sequels, you know. And right now, Amy Pascal and Sony and Marvel are trying to focus in making this Venom movie a good Venom movie. I mean, as is, we have one of the coolest and most badass villains of all time that's going to be starring in this movie, making his cinematic debut, and that's Carnage. So I'm pretty excited to see an interpretation of Carnage on the big screen. But other than that, I mean, I got nothing else for you. I do have reviews coming up. I have Secret Empire number 3 coming up. That's going to be exciting. I already finished my button reviews, all 4 of them, so you can go ahead and check that out. And if you want to check out my last video on Venom, which I did before, where I stated that he was in the MCU, you can check that out. But I guess you can disregard that now because those news are false. And that was unintentional, guys. I didn't mean to do that because of the confusion, I uploaded that video. But I do appreciate the views on that video. So thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Other than that, I got nothing else for you. And like I said, Amy Pascal and Sony are focusing on making a good Venom movie. So yeah. So the main points that you should take away from this discussion is, one, Sony's focusing on making a good standalone movies before getting caught up in the shared universes. Spider-Man and the heroes and villains who are associated with him obviously exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and as Marvel Comics characters, but their cinematic equivalents will appear in separate continuities at least for the foreseeable future. And lastly, the MCU gets Spider-Man, Sony's Marvel's universe gets Venom and Black Cat, Silver, Sable, Carnage, and etc. So yeah, that's all I have for you. So yeah, go ahead and share your thoughts, leave a comment, like this video if you like this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next comment.